Hello and welcome. Hi, I'm author Grace Wroldson. I'm a survivor, mother, author, and strategy partner for moms who are forced to co-parent with a narcissist or required to co-parent with a narcissist or stuck in a high conflict custody battle. These are my 3 tips to thrive the holidays when you are dealing with a narcissistic ex co-parent. So, do you want better holidays? Take a listen and see if any of my tips, tools, and strategies can be of help for you. What would it feel like to have peaceful holidays? What would it feel like to have a consistent schedule that you can count on? I believe you can learn, heal, and outgrow the narcissist and make any bad situation a little bit better. If you are ready and willing to learn, I am here to teach, coach, and mentor. You can come to my website and see my background. If you are willing to learn the lesson and change what you can, I believe that you can be the change and become the change and do the change that you want to see in your co-parenting conditions. So I say start with my first book, Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, 7 Self-Rules to Stay Sane, before you pick up my How to Fight a Narcissist in Family Court and Win, Super Smart Strategies for Success. All of these are available on Amazon. First 2 right now are on Audible. My third book and my fourth book, How to Survive a Custody Battle with a Narcissist when the Family Courts Force You to Co-Parent. Look down below in the link for the link to all of these. So my newest book is Tamed the Narcissist, 10 Keys for Better Co-Parenting to Create Peace and Protection Using Strategy and Skillful Means. Don't allow the narcissist to terrorize you using your fears. Full disclaimer here, this is not direct advice. This is shared survivor wisdom, not a lawyer, not a therapist. Take what's helpful, leave the rest. You can pause this to read it or read it in the link below. If you want to be part of my groups, look for a small group sessions that I regularly have and host to hold a space for your healing and your strategies to come together. If you're going to court with a narcissist, I have a Stronger Together support group that runs by Zoom, and you can find that down below for the link. Next one here is starting 12/6/2024. We go from alone to supported, from reactionary to responsive, and from stress to strategic, and we are stronger together. We get courage through connection. So this is my 3 tips to survive the holidays when dealing with a narcissist, when you're forced or required to co-parent. And my number 1 tip is to be one step ahead of the narcissist this holiday season. And how do you do that? Listen or read or continue to watch this video, whether you're on YouTube or my podcast or reading this for free on my website in my blog. So a not so fun fact, narcissists love to ruin the holidays. Hi, I'm Grace Wroldson, author, certified coach, and strategy partner for moms co-parenting with a narcissist and or in a custody battle with a narcissistic ex, and I am here to help support and encourage you to strategize as you keep yourself safe, your children happy, and very important, your sanity when dealing with a narcissistic co-parent. This is not legal advice or direct advice. Each case is different, and we all need someone who can properly advise us or brainstorm with us, like a family law lawyer who knows all our case details. So take what's helpful and leave the rest for maybe another time. We can step into our freedom to enjoy the holidays with our kids. With support like me, you can 1, outgrow the narcissist, 2, become immune to the narcissist's attacks, 3, move on with your life to thrive. Better yet, so can our precious children. So believe in yourself as a mom. Remember to learn the valuable lessons in all the pain and problems of dealing with a narcissist and come out of this smarter and stronger than before. Use wisdom and lead with love. Here's a tip. Read my books of tips, tools, and strategies in the order written for a full understanding of the phases that a brave mom might go through or on the road to securing peace and protection. My story may shed a light of hope on your own story. So take a look at the books that I have, from Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, 7 Self-Rules to Stay Sane, to the newest one, Tame the Narcissist. So my books are available on Amazon. I have written my story of co-parenting with a narcissist and the coinciding custody battle with a narcissist in over 5 books to help you learn to navigate the narcissist. My books are self-help style, and I share those tips, tools, and strategies that helped lead us to more peaceful holidays and to way more fairness for me and my child. I want you to experience joy, peace, structure, and consistency that my child and I enjoy without her narcissistic father's drama ruining things. Our past, the holidays used to suck. I spent 15 years in a relationship with a narcissist, allowing him to ruin the beauty of the holidays with his complaints, drama, and negative attitude. I usually cried tears of grief, loneliness, and disappointment because I let my holidays depend on the narcissist. My mistake. Not anymore, though. Then, unfortunately, when I wasn't together with him and we were broken up, I allowed him to ruin holidays for me when he used our child as a weapon, pawn, or game piece. It was such a stressful and sad 10 years. However, we now have peace and civility because I implemented skillful means and strategies. Learn about this in all my books, or the How to Communicate with a Narcissist Using Skillful Means. Today, I no longer allow this to happen because I implemented boundaries with myself first and foremost, and then added some serious psychological distance from him by breaking trauma bonds to the narcissist. Read about the need for self boundaries, or what I call self rules, in my first book, Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, or listen to it on Audible. Heal from narcissistic abuse. This can be your first step and an ongoing project. Remember that it is progress. We're not aiming for perfect healing, but to break the trauma bonds. And look for my guide on 200 ways to break trauma bonds. Before I discovered his narcissistic traits, behavior, and personality disorder, I used to hope that we could share our child and the season, so it would be a wonderful experience for us all. After all, we were first-time parents and we had a bundle of joy to be grateful for. What I didn't realize was that that wasn't what he wanted at the time. He actually wanted to ruin things for us because he was so miserable. Me ending the relationship threatened his fragile ego and fractured his false self-esteem. So if he couldn't get positive attention, narcissistic supply, he was the type of person to get negative attention to feel significant enough to affect us. For the narcissist, it was all about power and control back then. Please learn from my mistakes. You can click the link below to one of my free videos. Today, the narcissist doesn't play any games, and he's cordial, civil, and helpful. Imagine that. Imagine, would you love to ask for something from the narcissist and get it? I didn't believe it was even possible with us or for our situation at all. I didn't believe peace or cooperation was possible with a narcissist, but we got what he called it a miracle for our case. And one definition of a miracle is a shift in perception. I went from his quote unquote enemy to destroy to his co-parent all in his mind, and it instantly put me on the same team as him. Learn all you can on how we made this shift, because it took a full year from when I made the decision to implement skillful means. It required skill and support, and it went in specific phases, much like the hero's journey. Read my progression in all 5 of my books, all 20 plus of my blogs with guides, all my YouTube videos, and my Navigate the Narcissist co-parenting video course. I purposely set the stage for this quote-unquote shift or miracle to happen. Looking back, I see how I co-created the peace we enjoy today. So have hope. Can you start being the change that you want to see? Now, here are my 3 tips for better holidays with a narcissistic ex co-parent. See if these apply and can help you out of a narcissist trap this holiday season. Be sure to read my disclaimer in the comments links description below. Number 1, stick to and enforce the court order, or obtain a court order that has a fair alternating holiday schedule. How did I get a regular schedule to count on in the narcissist's consistent compliance? Well, I didn't deviate from our court order myself for about 5 years to set a standard. That means out of the goodness of my heart, I didn't make quote unquote deals with him that would leave me resentful. As I explained to my mom clients, there is always some unfairness when dealing with an unfair personality disordered person like a narcissist. On one occasion, I had my lawyer call his lawyer if he was proposing changes that were non-compliant. If the narcissist unilaterally went against the order, me and my lawyer, put him on notice that possible legal action may ensue if there were grounds for contempt. This sent a strong message to the narcissist that I wasn't to be pushed around with games and manipulated. It also cost him, the narcissist, money to have to use his lawyer. I'm sure he didn't like getting concerning warning calls from his own lawyer. This, in a way, sometimes deterred more problems and made him stick more to the schedule. Amazingly, after I showed strength using my lawyer's advocacy, our court order was adhered to every year to the T by the narcissist. With a firm and followed court order, I didn't have to scramble, stress, or fret if he'd mess us up or mess with us, or if I wouldn't get my child at noon when my family arrived. Presenting a strong front made a world of difference in my case. We kept it businesslike, professional, and not personal, which helped take the drama out of the schedule too. I purposely took the emotions out of things because getting emotional was how I lost my power. The legal avenue worked for some time. This way, because the narcissist wasn't obeying me, he was obeying the courts, the judge, and looking out for his number one, himself, by complying and sticking to the schedule. It created structure, some semblance of security, and the predictability that our child needed, especially around the holidays. That was number 1. Stick to and enforce the court order, or obtain a court order that has a fair alternating holiday schedule. Note, after I set the standard with my stick to the order response, which was a phase, I then learned to use skillful means, which was a better long-term, more cooperative strategy. Knowledge is power, so learn about this in my books and or my guide, 25 key phrases that can neutralize the narcissist when co-parenting or in a high conflict custody battle. Number 2, don't ask for special exceptions from the narcissist for the holidays. Before implementing skillful means, letting me down was an area that the narcissist enjoyed. Having the power to mess with me. The narcissists love having the last minute power to say no and change his mind, even if he written and texted agreement, just to ruin my plans. So I got smart. I stopped asking and started planning important things only on my time. This was a boundary that I set with myself, for myself. Yes, this meant going to a few Christmas parties without my child for some years, but I used the slogan, "How important is it?" from the Al-Anon program to adjust my mindset to still enjoy the holidays. I brought a picture of our child and bragged about her accomplishments. I got creative and proactive. I pre-made lunch dates with family and friends so that they could still see her during the holidays if she was going to miss the parties. I didn't let me or our child to be a helpless or hopeless victim of his games or hate. Survivor tip: love your child more than you hate the narcissist. No, I no longer have to deal with any of this holiday struggle. By using skillful means, I now can get our child anytime I ask in advance with just a heads up. How did I get cooperation and kindness from a narcissist? Well, it took a lot of work, self-work. I got coaching and support from many experts and advisors to create an effective blend of strategies that work on narcissists. I had to establish guidelines with myself and learn nonviolent communication. Then I had to set the stage for cooperative behavior and stop being the narcissist target of blame. That was key. You can read my story of transformation in all 5 of my books for moms, or pick up this instant guide below to get an idea of what I did to turn this all around in my 5 factors that made the narcissist stop co-parenting abuse, also referred to as post-separation abuse. Number 3, lower, release, manage, surrender your expectations. Have a pre-made mindset to enjoy the small things. Become fairly flexible because rigidity makes us snap. You can't expect perfect holidays, especially in a situation such as co-parenting with a narcissist. So, aim for simple, enjoyable, memorable, and be willing to make new traditions. Or just be okay with having an off year where you do something random, as this is memorable too and helps us truly appreciate long-held family traditions. Get creative on how to mark the holidays as one free from the narcissist tyranny. This is an accomplishment in itself if you are not forced to put up with a personality disordered, moody, negative, critical, egotistical, self-centered narcissist in the middle of your living room or home. Do savor your time with your child or children. If you can't see them, then make your Christmas, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, holiday, New Year's plans on the next day or your weekend. Be flexible. Be okay with celebrating on a different day or time. Tip: if you are flexible, you won't end up frustrated and upset. Some say that an expectation is a premeditated resentment. I learned that in the 12-step programs. So don't make more things to resent the narcissist for. Use survivor wisdom here. Then your children will love and enjoy a relaxed mom who celebrates the holidays and traditions no matter what. Show your children your resilience. Lead by setting a good example of a good attitude to adopt or hold on to, and a happy holiday spirit. You can have a positive influence on your children despite the narcissist's sour spirit. Survivor tip: if you make up your mind ahead of time to only focus on the good, positive things, the gifts and the blessings of the holidays, you are one step ahead of the narcissist. Now for a bonus tip, number 4. Practice good self-care. This includes having compassion for your struggles and setting aside some you time. You might need an evening bubble bath and time to grieve. You might need to sit and watch your favorite holiday movie or romantic comedy. Watch out for overcompensating for the narcissist's lack and overworking yourself during the holidays. Be gentle with yourself if you suddenly start looking at your Christmas tree and waves of grief crop up from the pain of a broken family, dashed hopes, missed children, or a split home. Don't judge yourself harshly, even if your family does. Make sure you prioritize you and your well-being and health as you make a happy holiday for your kiddos and yourself. I used to make scrapbooks when she wasn't with me. Remember that you matter too in all of this. The narcissist can, does, and quite often will drive his victims crazy with crazy making manipulations and tactics. If you can stay strong, stable, supported, and serene, you can endure, outlast, and outgrow the narcissist and his games. May you learn, heal, and outgrow that narcissist one holiday at a time and one day at a time. Remember, you and your children can come out of this stronger than before. Remember, knowledge is power and work with wisdom. I'm Grace Wroldson, author, coach, and strategy partner for moms. As a little PS, you can read my 25 other tips for moms in the link below. And if you need more help and practical wisdom, pick up my books or my guides on Amazon. All of my guides and blogs are in those 5 books. Are you wondering how to get the right lawyer when dealing with a narcissist? Dear brave mom, go in prepared. Use my 20-question attorney interview worksheet in the guide to interview potential attorneys and get your burning legal questions answered and maximize your legal consultations. Go into these interviews with a short, specific list and know what to ask. Certain things matter in your child support and custody case. And the reality is, quite often, our custody case is only as good as our attorney. Be smart about this. I encourage you to be prepared. So use my Get the Right Lawyer guide. If you need more help, there are some more videos on strategies for dealing with a narcissist if you've got a high conflict co-parent. And my guide, you can find the link below if you're in family court or will be in family court with a narcissist. And if you need a video series, you can use my 11 videos to go through your case with the worksheets and identify the weaknesses in your custody case, your parenting, your co-parenting, your communication, and you can start learning in those 11 videos. Come to my website if you want to read some of my blogs. My background is loving and leaving an alcoholic. And then I spent 12 years in a family court custody battle with my ex, who was a narcissist, is a narcissist. But I try to give out as many helpful free tips as I can to keep you encouraged. So thank you for joining me on this journey to truth, sanity, and peace. Find my website, find my Facebook groups, book a private coaching session. I have limited availability. I always ask moms to at least read a few blogs or a book before booking a session with me so you know my message and you get what I'm here and what my main goals are. My aim is to be a light in the darkness of this dilemma, and it's peace and protection for mothers and children. I hope the family courts will start a reform process that includes child abuse and neglect prevention and protection. And that will be some other missions that I go on. So as a survivor, I'm here to help. And I say pick up some of my guides. The 20 wants list at Power Tool will have a bonus, 20 plus wants bonus coming up very soon. So look for that. Some of my best work, really leading myself and my lawyer with what is most important. You might want to read my blog, The Grief We Face, Dealing with a Narcissist, because you are not alone if the narcissists are heavy and hard and you hurt through the whole thing. I did that for several years. But now I stay away from the edge of self-pity, and I've got a mindset that's already fixed on focusing on the blessings, the gifts, the luck we've had, the support we've had. I didn't do it alone, so make sure you are getting support. I do have a new podcast on Spotify, Navigate the Narcissist When Co-Parenting or in a Custody Battle. You can join that for free. I have a free Substack email newsletter that has a podcast also, so you can get my free tips, tools, and strategies by email. Find the link below to sign up for that. And thank you for listening to my 3 tips for surviving or thriving the holidays with a narcissistic ex. These are helpful tips based solely on my thoughts and opinions. I'm not a qualified mental health professional nor a crisis caseworker. Can't give legal advice or appropriate counsel, therefore not liable for any injury or harm. Please follow your doctors, therapists, lawyers, counselors' advice, as well as your own good common sense and intuition based on your unique case to see if these tips could be helpful. Child custody situations may vary where some of these will not be applicable to your circumstance. Furthermore, court orders may dictate otherwise. Please use your own good judgment when listening or watching or reading my blog or books. This is for personal self-help only, and these were created from my own lived experience and not based on any laws or rules of the court. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to pick up some of my books, find our groups, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe.